Awesome. Thank you, Kim. So today we are going to learn about a product that InterDyn BMI has built internally here, and we'll take a quick look at our objectives. Thank you, first of all of you on the phone for attending today. I hope that our Let's Learn quick time here will arm you with some valuable information so you can not dread having to work in that awesome payroll posting accounts window. Catch my sarcasm there. So our objectives for this session are to learn how you can save time when you need to add payroll posting rows into GP, and secondly, to take a quick tour looking at the product in action right in GP. Quick background about myself. I'm Sherlene with InterDyn BMI as a senior implementation consultant. I've been doing this work for almost 20 years, and before that I was a customer like you guys that are listening. I started out using Dynamics version 1, and prior to that I used the DOS Great Plains products. So I've been around with the GP family for quite a while. I have a CPA background, so I understand your accounting, your entire accounting system. I have empathy for you, understanding of what you go through every day. My passion is HR and payroll, so that's where I spend the majority of my time implementing, training, reporting, supporting. So the product we're going to talk about today is one of the ISV solutions that we've developed internally at InterDyn BMI. And these all have been developed as a result of customer requests. I work with many customers, obviously, on GP payroll and human resources, so when we receive the same requests over and over, then we analyze those requests, and we've turned a few of those into enhancements so we can benefit more customers. Right now we're marketing 3 payroll and HR related products. We're going to talk about the payroll posting accounts today, and we've got the webinar tomorrow about the payroll productivity suite, and then I believe in December we're talking about the human resources and payroll smart list suite. So take a look at those when you get a chance also. So quick agenda. We'll talk about when this product is useful, who can use it, and then, like I mentioned, we'll take a look at it in action here. So who can use this product? If you fit any of these following slides here, this might be a good fit for you. So are you one of those people that dread when you see messages from your CEO saying you're going to be adding a new location or setting up a new benefit? Are you frequently adding codes? It sounds like a few of you are. I would say every few months is fairly frequent if you're adding new departments or positions or other pay codes in your system. So we want to teach you today some time-saving and life-saving tricks about how this product can help you. Are you spending a lot of time in that payroll posting accounts window and probably hating every minute of it? With the payroll posting accounts product, we can cut that task down from many hours to just a few clicks. So we'll show you how you can save time with that. You have many, many rows to enter. Several of you responded that you have a lot of accounts, don't know how many, but a lot. I've seen customers that have several 100,000 records in that payroll posting accounts window. They can get really detailed on posting to the department and the position, and the combination of those plus the pay codes, it can be a really, really long list of accounts in that payroll posting accounts window. And also, if you ever forget to add posting accounts after you've set up a new pay code, or payroll code, or if you are in the middle of keying your list of rows that you need to put in there and find that you hit the enter key, you lost your place, you might have forgotten some of the rows, it's hard to find your spot again. This product will be able to help you avoid those issues and reduce your errors while you're processing payroll. Make it easy to add new codes. So what codes will work? What codes will work with this? We have payroll departments, the position codes, pay codes, deductions, and benefits. So anytime you have to set up new codes, these are the codes on the payroll side. And if you do have the codes on the HR side for benefits and deductions, those also will trigger these rows to be created when you get to the payroll side. So you want to be sure that you are actually going through the payroll side when you're setting up codes. So we'll look like this frog laying here on a lily pad, and we'll be on easy street when we're using the payroll posting accounts to help us with that. What versions does this work with? We have listed here GP 2013, 2015, and 2016, so anything on those versions we have compatible product for. It also was with GP 2010, but hopefully all of you have upgraded since that is not supported anymore. So, time to get into the good stuff and take a quick look at the demo here. We will switch this over so you can see that. Okay. So you should be able to see my GP screen now. So first of all, just to take a look at what we're doing here, you've got in GP 2016 our new features within the navigation list here, where you can click on your payroll posting accounts and order them by whatever and filter in here. So for example, if you're wanting to create a new department and you want to use the posting rows that already exist, you can see in here these are pulling out of my payroll posting accounts window. I've got some gross pay types, some employer tax expense types of codes pointing to different GL accounts and benefits expense. So several rows, and of course for some of you this list for one department may be hundreds or thousands of rows long. So that can be a lot of work. For example, if you want to set up a new department. GP 2016 has a new feature here with this navigation list that you can import and export using this. And that will be great for probably new implementations. The time I don't see this as being so great is if you're just adding a code to an existing setup. And if you have a lot of codes in your list, a lot of rows in here, right now I show in my sample database I really only have 35 records in here, but yours may have hundreds and thousands. So to use this for a new code, you would actually need to export your entire list to Excel, manipulate and add rows to it in Excel, and then import the entire list back in, because this overwrites what's in your payroll posting accounts window when you do this import process. So that's just one little hint about using the standard GP product once you're on 2016. That window is great, but be careful that you do, if you use it, import and export your entire list of accounts, not with filters at all. Otherwise you'll be missing rows when you bring that back in. So another thing that I like to just show quickly, I have a smart list here. And this happens to be some of the smart lists you can see here that are from our Human Resources and Payroll Smart List Builder Suite, which you'll see in December at that webinar. But I've set up a list here pulling out of my payroll posting rows window, and I have filtered this to show just my list of departments. So without the payroll posting accounts product, you would have to use some other tool, either export those rows that you want to copy to a new department with a smart list and import them somehow, either with macros or other tools, or use that navigation window like I showed you. But with this product in place, we can actually go and tell GP what we want to do when we set up a new code. So I'm going to jump us back here to the HR and Payroll navigation. And we will go look down here at the setup for payroll posting account setup, just so you can see where you have the options. So for each GL segment that you have, you have the choice of how you want that segment handled when you copy from one code to another. Now this is universal, so if you copy a pay code, or if you set up a new pay code and you want to create rows that are similar to an existing pay code, the segments that you want to copy as is or prompt for value may change. So you have three options there, and you can change these for what your needs are based on what kind of a code you're setting up. So I'm going to show you the example of setting up a new department code in GP, and we're going to have it copy just the first segment of our, or prompt us for the first segment of our GL, because that first segment in the GL is what represents what I have as my payroll department code. So I'm going to set up a new department here. You can see my list of existing departments. I've kind of played with them a little bit, so I have some miscellaneous ones in there, but I'm going to set up a second sales department. So I'll just call it SLS2. Sales 2, won't be too exciting. And when I hit save, I get the prompt here, do you want to copy payroll posting accounts from an existing code? And when I say yes, I'm going to be able to choose what code I want to copy from. So I will choose, I'm just going to copy from my rows in my payroll posting account matrix for my accounting department. You saw those a few minutes ago. And for my first segment, I want to use a 300 instead of what the accounting department uses. So once I put in that segment value that I want to use, I can preview my accounts. And here is my list of accounts that will, my payroll posting rows that will be created for me. So this is a preview view only. These GL accounts that we're using, they have to exist already. So if they don't exist, this will show us a blank and give us a message that some of the accounts that it's trying to create don't exist. So for example, if my 35120 account was not set up in my GL, it would just show with a blank. I could fill it in here, hit tab, and choose to add the account, or go back into my accounts window and add it there with my mass modifier, whatever I needed to do. But I don't want to go forward in this window until all of my account rows are filled in. I can hit OK and then hit my create button, that it will actually go ahead and create those accounts. It shows me that my process is complete, and now those accounts will exist. So if I go back into my smart list and now remove my search or look for my new sales department, I'll just take my search out. And you'll now be able to see that I have the accounting department showing up at the top, and there's my new rows in here for the SLS2 department that I just added. Those rows would all be similar to my accounting department, except for I have a 300 as my first segment rather than a 200 like my accounting department had. So that is, in a nutshell, the product, and it works very similarly for for the other codes, pay codes, departments, positions, deductions, and benefits. And it really saves a lot of time bringing that process down to just a few clicks. So I'm going to take us back to our slideshow here and get us back there where I can look at my notes. And that's the end of the demo part of this. Very quick and easy. Just to let you know, those other webinars are coming up, one tomorrow, one on the 29th for the Smart List Suite, and then in December 14th we have the Reconciling Taxable Wages coming up. So here's my contact info. It's also included in the download of the slides if you need it there, and we can open it up for questions if there are any.
Excellent. Again, on the right-hand side, type in questions you'd like to ask Sherlene on what you just saw. And also, if you want a copy of this presentation, simply email userexperiences@InterDyn BMI, and I'll make sure that you get them. So again, type in any questions that you may have, and we're going to get those addressed here in just a couple of minutes. All right, Sherlene, excellent. This was fun, and that went quick, so just shows how easy it is, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yes, it's very quick to set up too.
Yeah, there you go. All right, here's a question. Can I use this with advanced payroll when I am also posting hours to the GL with unit accounts?
Yes, that is an awesome question. That the payroll posting accounts will work when you have the advanced payroll turned on to post unit accounts and when you don't. So either way, it will create the unit accounts if they are filled in.
Okay, good news. All right. Does this work with HR benefits and deductions?
Yes, you need to be sure that you are looking, you have your user set up so that you do get prompted to go to the payroll side, and once you go to the payroll side and you add the code there, then you get the prompt for creating the payroll posting account. So yes, it does work with HR benefits and deductions.
All right, good. John asked the questions, can I change which segment to copy as is versus which segment to prompt for value when creating posting account rows?
Yes, you can clear that setup utility at any time and change how each segment works. So before you do different types of code, before you create different types of codes, you want to double check what that looks like so that you are copying the correct segments and prompting for the correct segments.
All right.
Awesome questions.
Last question here is, what happens if I say no to creating posting accounts? Can I create them later?
That is not a built-in feature to this product. So the trigger is creating posting accounts when a new code is first entered. If you miss doing the posting account process creation, you can delete the code as long as you haven't assigned it to employees yet. You can delete the code and reset it up, and then you'll be prompted to add the posting rows. Otherwise, you will do that as a manual process like you have been.
Okay. All right. There are no other questions in the queue. I know you've got a lot of success stories on some of these solutions that you are showing us here today, so I know you're excited about it. For what you showed us with this feature, you got a success story we can hear before we go?
I do. I have a client that I just implemented about a year and a half ago, and they have a very, very complex posting setup here. In fact, I think when they add a new location to their structure, it adds in at least like 13,000 rows.
Whoa.
And so as you can imagine, you know, the user, I had taught her all my tricks of the trade, so she knew how to do macros. They knew they could do an import. And that still took hours because she had to export information out to Excel, create all of her information, you know, create those rows basically manually in Excel, and then have a spreadsheet that she could import in with whatever tool. But that process alone took her, you know, hours, 4 hours minimum, 4 to 6 hours. So once they installed this product, she now can add a new department in their payroll and push the buttons, and she's done within minutes, like just 3 minutes, and it's all done. So that's a pretty quick return on investment when you can save 6 hours at a shot.
Wow, that's awesome. Excellent.
Mm-hmm.
Well, sure,
Yes.
as always, it's great to see some of the work that you've done here. And again, it's one unique attribute of InterDyn BMI is having these payroll specialists. So thank you so much for not only creating these for many of our clients, but also making them available to our clients. So if you'd like